I think you guys just saw my little dance. Okay, I think we're live. Sec here. Just make sure I got all the right stuff here. We'll get started here in a second. All right, guys, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream where we first review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone is feeling good and ready to go. To be honest, I'm not feeling that good. I got, what's it called? In German, it's called Gerstenkorn, and in English, I just translated it, and it's called sty. Basically, my eye is a little bit swollen. It's really sensitive to wind, and it's really hot in here, so I have a fan going, which is blowing wind into my face. So now I got my blue filter glasses on. You can't really tell it's swollen, but it's really, really sensitive. Anyway, a bit of a weird day. I'm having like a full Monday kind of day. TOS issues. I got into a trade with MBOT right out of the gates, and then I had to restart my trading platform. And I'm always looking for base hits. So this first trade on MBOT, we were up 2%. Would have took my base hit, and then I closed it for just a break even right here. So it was kind of a weird day for me, and I'm not feeling 100%. So I'm going to be taking it very, very slow. No need to rush into anything today. So guys, always know how you feel and know how the market feels. If the market's not that hot, if you're not feeling that great, if you're a little sick, if you're a little tired, if you're a little hungover, don't go fully crazy, because it's easier to make a mistake when you're not, perfect in your head. So just, keep that in mind. And that's why I'm going to be, taking today a little bit lighter. I've made 5 trades today, and I'm only up like $50. So in 44, I gave back a little bit on my last trade. So nothing really too crazy here. Let's kind of finish here with the housekeeping, and then we'll dive into the rest of the goodies. First of all, guys, today is Monday. As you guys probably already know, it's the 17th of August, and it's 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got another 14 minutes before the market opens at 9:30, and then we'll wrap up trading by 11. If I'm feeling a little woozy and dizzy, I might wrap up a little bit earlier, but it should be all right. Just like everything's a little bit blurry for me. So it's really not okay, but we'll see how it goes. Quick reminder for all that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick, not meant to be followed. Always know yourself while you're entering and exiting a stock. This community is a place to help each other, guys. Please do not spam. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with putting people in timeout, and that's going to be basically your first and second warning. Yeah, so just a little update there. Check out the video description below, a bunch of FAQs down there. I wish I could repeat that like every 10 minutes, but a lot of new people coming in later in the stream. But yeah, let's check out the watch list here and kind of dive into stuff because we got some really solid movements going on. Oh, also, before I forget, I made a little bit of a change here. I made a little bit of a change with my account. Actually, somebody left a comment on this. I forgot the name right now. I usually try to remember who leaves comments, but I didn't write it down this time. I forgot. But basically, last week and the week before that, I usually slow down my trading a little bit early, and I could have kept on making a lot more money. Especially last Friday, I kind of left a lot of money on the table, and I think I had a little bit of bias towards like, okay, I'm up 200, 500, 600, 700 bucks on the day, whatever the amount was. And then I'd be like, let's not try to give back profits, or maybe I would be trading based on my, P&L on the day. So what I did was I removed my P&L on the day, and I also removed, how much I've actually traded of this ticker. So MBOT, if I didn't see these, I wouldn't even know I've traded this one. I'm going to see if that removes some of my biases. I don't really think today is the best day to test it out, but I'll do it, for probably the whole week, and then kind of think about if I liked it more or less. What I do like about it already is the fact that there's a little bit less clutter up here. Now there's only position flat, so if I'm 200 shares long, it's going to say plus 200, then I'll know I have to close 200. Average price, I think this is really good to have, and then obviously P&L open. So if I'm up 5%, it's going to say, 5% times whatever my position size dollar value is. And I think this is going to be clean. Anyway, before there was a second row here, so there's pretty much less information, which I think is kind of sometimes good. You don't want to be over cluttered with information, especially if it's not relevant on the trade you're in. And I think that's a big thought I had this morning. Like, I'm not in a trade or like, you know, sometimes I was thinking I'm already up maybe $100 today, so let's not try to mess that number up, even though that's super irrelevant for whatever trade I'm in. So I think less is more in this case. And yeah, Corey, really buggy TOS right now. It's kind of insanely buggy. So MBOT hasn't even updated in like the last, what was that, like 10 seconds just now? So another reason to be a little bit more calm. I mean, I'm not feeling 100%. TOS is clearly not feeling 100%. The lead gappers are actually kind of nice though. So I wish if I was feeling I wish I kind of was feeling good, because then I feel like besides TOS, today actually is an okay day based on the lead gappers. I like what we're seeing here. So let's talk about what we are seeing, starting with MBOT, one of our lead gappers, probably one of the number one lead gappers at the moment, besides maybe LODE. 7 million float, U.S. Medical Instruments and Supplies Company. They had a successful animal study with Liberty Robotics. So that's going to be interesting to see how this kind of news picks up. I mean, we are up about 50%, which isn't that big for a 7 million float and 60 million market cap company. So, you know, it's news, it's decent news, but apparently it's not as strong as maybe you may think. And I think a big reason for that as well is probably just because of the amount of back holders on MBOT. This MBOT has kind of a trend to just constantly pull back. Scan's not working, chart's not working. Yeah, Corey, I feel you, man. It's pretty bad. Yeah, so MBOT, you know, daily charts looking pretty rough. Had several gap days. Sometimes it has these 2 in a row gap days, which is actually kind of nice. But you don't know if it's going to be the 2 in a row kind of day. We've also had a few, you know, recent runs. So again, there's could be just a lot of back holders in here. Right now we're having some big issues getting past 12, and I don't know, like I'm not blown away by it. And there's probably several people, maybe as Evergreen did in the chat room, you know, buying in this in MBOT in anticipation of the news, and now taking profits before the news. And I think there probably is going to be a decent amount of people taking profits here. So I don't know. MBOT, I'm just going to be a little bit cautious with. I don't see why I would, you know, go super crazy on it. Now, I do think it could see some support. We know 10.5 is a huge support zone, so maybe there's going to be a quick red degree move on this. But right now, it's definitely struggling in this zone. So let's see how this thing opens up. On the 4 hour, we definitely have some big support around 9.50, and then 10.50 tends to be kind of an interesting psychological zone. Kirill says, my TOS is stuck on installing updates. Yeah, it's actually getting a little bit crazy. Kyle, yeah, so my left eye is a little bit swollen. It's really sensitive right now, and I have the fan going because it's really hot in here. So it's kind of like I'm trying to mix and match a little bit. It's one of those kind of days. Trade gold today, GOLD. We could look at it. TOS updating. Yeah, TOS seems to be having a lot of issues for a lot of people, including myself. I also had some TOS issues this morning. I've had it open since about 6:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I think I got through the login part before it got over congested. But just watch out, guys. It's really, really sketchy today. Let's talk about LODE, our second lead gapper here. 22 million float, U.S. real estate company. Q2 results, so quarterly results, not too bad. This thing did kind of pull back pretty strong, about 34% from pre-market highs. Having some issues getting above VWAP. I would like to maybe look at trading LODE on a quicker kind of move. Maybe a quick pullback to like the 30s or so. I'm not sure if we're going to get it, but I think 1.3 is big time support, maybe even the high 20s. But again, I'm not sure if we're going to get something like that. But if we have a quick dip to 1.3, I would probably be entering LODE. Big sellers right now in the order book. You can see that right here. TOS not working at all. Yeah, guys, this is looking a little shaky, huh? My TOS is really laggy as well. It's barely loading right here. You can kind of see no orders going through, nothing happening. This is a very thickly traded stock, so this should be updating, you know, every millisecond pretty much, LODE. So really, like, not a fun place to be here with TOS right now. It's also not updating any of my lines. Live vicariously through my trading. Honestly, I'm going to be taking a bit of a chill pill myself today with the trading. So let's see how vicariously you guys can live. The servers are down. Okay, so now my TOS is pretty much totally unusable. Ay. All right, so Kyle, yeah. Why doesn't this free software work better? I remember in the past I never had any issues with TOS, but once they went free, I think they got a bit overwhelmed with new clients. It is probably one of the best free softwares. So in that regard, it is what it is, huh? A day like today, you could really switch platforms. TD Ameritrade website is fine. Yeah, that's okay. That's a valid point. I'm not sure if I could day trade on the website. I don't even see that being a real thing. I can't even review the last gapper. Anyway, LMPX, guys, I'm just going to talk about it anyway, even though the charts aren't loading. 6 million float, U.S. auto truck dealership company, good quarterly financial results, possible red to green around 9.7 if $10 cracks lightly. So could always use the phone app. Oh man, guys, today's going to be quite the hectic kind of day. Yeah, my TOS is totally frozen. Nothing's loading right now. Do I have the live data pack? I do not have any sort of special data packs. And TOS is free for what I know. There's no commissions on it, Daniel. TOS fees. I'm not sure which fees you're regarding to. Unless maybe you're out of the country. There could be different fees for different countries. So yeah, TOS, 2 minutes and 50 seconds now till the market opens, and TOS is fully unresponsive for me at the moment. Well, if there's a day for TOS to crash, it'd probably be today. It's a Monday. I can barely see. Quest trade. Canada. Gotcha. Well, so the chance that I'm going to be trading here out of the gates is very slim at the moment. So far, nothing is loading here. I guess we're going to have to do even more pre-market trading. It's it's a little bit more sketchy, but it's TOS at least usually works pre-market. TOS usually only has issues like 10 minutes leading up to the market open, and then like 15. I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes after the market opens. Other than that, it usually never has any issues. Bitcoin is over 1,200 bucks. I mean, 12,000 though. Markets are overall kind of green, at least the SPY at 0.3%. Yeah, switching to Webull. I don't have enough. Webull is actually where I do some dividend stuff and whatnot, so I don't want to mix up my day trading. Okay, another minute here till the market opens, guys. This is not looking good in terms of, you know, we're going to be doing any sort of trading here out of the gates. So far, TOS is totally frozen for me. See some of you guys using the mobile app. I'll go ahead and open my mobile as well. As much as I rag on mobile trading, I guess I'll have it open today. Maybe we can throw a trade in or two, but I highly doubt it. Another 30 seconds here, guys, till the market opens. So, Song Wang says he restarted TOS. Yeah, oftentimes a restart does help. I've actually already restarted it, and then I ran into this problem again. Another 12 seconds here till the market opens. I feel like I've never been so unprepared for the market to open because I don't know what's going on. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Just no need to rush into anything here. Well, at least the bells still work. LODE, totally frozen. Absolutely frozen. This has never happened on the live stream in the last, how many months have we been doing this for? Pretty much since December. LODE is at 1.52, so it looks like it had a nice green open. I'm looking at the LODE ticker right now on my phone. Pulled, so it opened up and had a quick pull to 1.3. Yeah, I probably would have been trying to buy it around 1.3 something. Oh, there it goes. Charts are updating here a little bit. Yeah, that's true. At least we weren't in a trade. Okay, so MBOT right now, my charts are updating. Still want to be really careful here. Worst thing that we could do is just jump into a random trade right now with TOS still having issues. MBOT, we were talking about possible entries about 10.5. I think MBOT's, how come my screen is blurry this morning? Check out your quality settings. You probably don't have HD turned on YouTube. It's probably streaming in like 480p or something, or something like that. TOS is still really, really laggy. I don't really see myself jumping in a trade unless something really, really nice pops up. LMPX, we were talking about this one around 9.7, which I think it reached. Unfortunately, I was not there to capitalize on that. Tamor, oof, that's always intense, huh? This is a little bit unfortunate, I gotta say. This is quite. Yeah, I'm also hoping for a bit late morning action. I mean, that's pretty much all we can hope for at this point. I really wanted that LMPX possible dip buy, but Michael's in load at 1.5. This is not really how you want to be starting the week, huh? Well, it is what it is. I have no idea what these tickers are doing right now. Zero idea. It looks like LODE might have broken past 1.6. Ugh, that pullback was perfect. My God. Yeah, Steven, I think my pre-market trading might be the only trading I'm going to actually do today, which is really unfortunate. LMPX has a perfect red to green move, goes down to 9.8. I was talking about 9.7 as a possible entry on the red to green. I don't know if I would have got that one, so I'm not really feeling too much FOMO, but still kind of upsetting that I wasn't even able to try for probably one of the best setups on the day. Yeah, it makes for a difficult stream. At least we can all understand that, you know, sometimes when you trade alone, you don't know if you're the only one having these issues, but sometimes it's comforting to know that it's not just my computer or something like that, you know? LOD, I just had my order book update, but the chart hasn't updated. It says 1.7. So LODE went from 133 to 1.7. Congrats to anyone that got on that. Kind of a disaster here for everyone else, I suppose, that's using TOS. Well, this is probably the worst I've ever seen TOS. So that at least there's something good. Like, this is not a normal thing. Oftentimes TOS gets much more laggy at the open, but this is unreal. So hopefully this is just a one-time thing. Yeah, TOS is really a love-hate relationship. When it works, it's nice. And when it doesn't work, well, yeah, then it's which is quite often. Cloud's going back to sleep. Yanak is wondering whether they're the best trading platforms in Europe. You know, that's a really good question. I actually have friends ask me that quite often, and I have yet to really give them a good answer because I have yet to meet a European that generally likes their trading platform. I know I would probably consider going to an offshore broker like CMEG Group or Interactive Brokers. I think that would probably be my answer to the European broker question. Michael says, Fidelity active trader, bro. You know, I might have to make a Fidelity account just for days like this, which I feel like is at least a few times a month. Lightspeed. Yeah, Lightspeed, you just have to, Lightspeed's so expensive. So if you're not actively trading on Lightspeed, it just kind of becomes a little bit more unnecessary expense. Is DAS trader? I'm not sure about that. Man, 940. This is unfortunate. This is so far we've pretty much missed some of the best trading of the day. Usually the first 15 minutes is when I do most of my trading. Yeah, clout. See, that's a very valid point. I don't think CMEG is really something like a new trader should jump into. But I think if you've been trading for like 3 to 6 months and you've found that you're a little bit more consistent, I think CMEG is probably a big right idea. I've never used TradeStation, so I'm not sure. Yeah, many people don't understand the offshore fees the fees with offshore accounts. Yeah, I mean that's for everyone to figure out on their own. I mean it's pretty straightforward. You have to just read the fees page. But yeah, you got to be aware that you're paying platform fees. You're oftentimes paying per share and you're paying per trade. So the fees are very high. That's why I was saying it's not for new traders. Yes, TOS is totally dead actually here. This is kind of insane. I'm not really a big fan of using my phone, but I'm just gonna kind of keep watching the markets here a little bit. Wow, I've never seen TOS this dead before. This is historical. I'll probably restart it in like 5 minutes or so if we keep having this issue. LOD is at 163. All right, well. Woo! LMPX, I mean, TOS just opened up for me. Right as I was about to restart the app. Boom, everything just started working. Markets are all green. All the indexes are green. That's quite unusual. Including VIX, Bitcoin, oil, SPY. Oh, a little bit of an eye itch there. That felt good. Yeah, fake news. It actually doesn't work. Still waiting for this to update. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather here before my eye falls out. Oh, there was just sirens outside, guys. You know what that means? That means TOS is about to work. LODE with a really nice bounce off of 1.5. On my second screen, LODE is working a little bit, so I'll just kind of pull it up here. Not sure about that, Yanak. So my second screen on TOS is working. So let's see if I can just go ahead and maybe update this one by clicking around a little bit. Maybe go to a different screen, LODE, and then go back to LMPX. Fake news. Yeah, Jared, it's such a bad thing to say, but it's kind of funny, huh? Acid Viper, I don't think you're the only one. People are saying don't restart TOS. Yeah, it's actually happened to me before where I closed it and then the restart wasn't working either. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of restarting it. I'm still stuck on installing updates. Yeah, Michael, at least that's kind of almost like a good thing. I kind of feel the same way. Like, I'm not feeling 100% today. So, like, the fact that TOS is also not working, it sucks. But I feel like if there was a day that TOS was broken, at least it's today. I have to get my price from Robinhood. Oh, Satoshi, it's a sad day. It's a sad day. Do I like soccer? Soccer is good fun. I don't watch it that much, but you know, I do watch occasional games. That game from, was it Friday or Saturday? 2-8, Madrid, or no, was it Barcelona? Bayern Munich was absolutely crazy. TOS, and it's crazy how many people are having TOS issues. Benzinga Pro chat, everybody down on TOS. JR. Well, looks like it's going to be a bit of a chill kind of day here, unless TOS can fix their stuff, which there's chat rooms on TOS. Did you guys know that? I actually I've never been. This one has the most users. Are you sure? Yes, I want to close this panel. I bet you they got so many tickets coming in here. Yeah, Corey, that's true. This does happen every now and then. That's true. That to every broker. So it's, even if you leave TOS, you're probably gonna have issues with whoever you go to. I think like Lightspeed and whatnot, they probably have less issues since they have probably a smaller user base, so they probably don't have like congestion issues like this, and it's a kind of a premium product. This is pretty. I think most free platforms have issues. Robinhood goes down all the time as well. Yeah, what's maybe we could talk about some div stocks. I think one of my, I don't know if this is the most boring stock or whatnot, but I've since I was like late teenager, I've been always holding AT&T. It pretty much goes between like $20 and $30 for the last 10 years, but it has a really solid dividend of like 6% or so. Maybe it's a little bit less, like 5% or something. Satoshi says no, Lightspeed has the same issues. I have them too. Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. UBX. I actually have to look UBX up. Don't remember what that ticker is. Oh, this I don't lie. Unity. I don't know. I can't look at any really tickers right now. I'm looking at it on my second laptop on FinViz. It's hard for me to really comment on this. Wow, it's down quite a bit today, so I probably wouldn't day trade it. 60%. Probably had an offering or so. Looks like an offering news. Announces clinical. Actually, they had a really bad clinical study result. Interesting. Active Trader Pro. You know what? Fidelity might really be the one to check out. I already have like 5 brokers just for stocks, so I'm not really sure if I want to open more stock brokerage accounts, but at the same time, it doesn't really hurt to have more. At least if you ever need it, it's ready to go. So I think I'll probably look into Fidelity. American Airlines at 13.08. Satoshi, wait till it breaks 13. If you don't have an entry at 12 something, then I don't know what I'm going to say. But if I get an entry at 12 something, then it'll definitely be extra depressing every time you see that entry. Jared, that's actually a valid point. That's actually a really valid point. Maybe I should sell my AT&T. My God, telephone companies are ripe for disruption. I mean, it's probably like one of the most outdated, slow-moving, unproductive like industries ever. I think those companies only get complaints. I would probably be Starlink's first client, honestly. I would jump so hard on that. LOD is dumping. Guys, this is insane. Shards seem to be... Yeah, eBay. I think everyone who's trading TOS at the moment, it's not working for them. All right, David, man, take care. Yeah, Paradox. I'm not, totally against, or like I understand it's massive infrastructure what they're working on, but I think it's also a very complacent industry, like where the customer needs them and they don't really need the customer. And I think that always breeds not necessarily corrupt, but very lazy organizations. And a lot of the telecom companies are like state funded. And anytime there's a state funded company, especially if it's only partially state funded, it's also a bit of a disaster. So I don't know. I'm definitely a little skeptical because they don't move, but they pay nice dividends. They pay really, really nice dividends. Thanks, Satoshi. Was just about to do the same. Man, this is really quite a problem here, huh? Yeah, he's taking over the world. At least he's making all the things better and not worse. I'm not totally sure what to do right now. I might just go ahead and close this, and we could pull up FinViz and maybe check out some tickers. Or I'll just leave it open and we'll talk about tickers anyway. I've already signed up to Starlink's beta. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Kirill, that's kind of what I was thinking of. So let's actually just pull up AT&T right now, and then we could also pull up here Starlink, what's going on. Let me make my screen a little bit bigger. Starlink. I think pretty much today wraps up trading so far. I mean, unless TOS starts working again, which at the moment it really doesn't seem like it will, which basically would leave us with about $40 of profit for the day, which is better than a red day, but a little bit of a disaster as well. So yeah, Starlink. I don't know if you guys already signed up for it. I definitely did. High-speed internet across the globe. Whew! This is making me feel all hot and sweaty right now. By 2021, guys, this is really exciting stuff. I feel like we're an advertising channel for Starlink right now. This is so ridiculous, guys. Tomorrow will hopefully be a more exciting day, but let's do with it what we can, huh? $260 kilograms. That's not too heavy for a satellite. That's like 4 of me. I'm pretty much like 70 kilograms. It's like 4 of me's floating in space. Standardized. Ion propulsion, including efficient thrusters powered by Krypton. Wow, this sounds like if you guys ever went to one of those like ICO initial coin offering websites, this literally sounds like something from one of those ICO websites. Krypton spacecraft air flown. Krypton. To be honest, I'm not even really sure what Krypton is. You see me on the comments from Old Warrior Trading. That's so funny. I used to, wait, Warrior Trading, old comments. Wait, email me the link of that, because Warrior Trading, are you talking about on their YouTube? Because I comment on a lot of his recap videos. I find his recaps to be pretty interesting. Do I use hotkeys for TOS? I have tried it, not really. I'm not good with TOS hotkeys, probably because the TOS is a little bit slow. And when I say like join the ask, or something like that, sell the ask, I never end up getting the price that I want. So I'm not the craziest. Yeah, on YouTube. Okay, yeah, I do watch it a lot of. Ross Cameron's a great trader, so you can learn a lot from him. So Krypton, KR, atomic number 36, is colorless, odorless, tasteless, noble gas that occurs in trace amounts. In the atmosphere, and is often used with fluorescent lamps. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so now we know what the satellites are powered with. Star Tracker, custom building navigation collision, autonomous collision avoidance. Reduces human error. That's a good one. Yeah, good stuff, guys. Starlink, check it out. I think this is quite exciting, just thinking about it. Is this the SpaceX logo? It is, isn't it? So here's the alternative to Starlink. We got AT&T, U.S. telecom company. Yeah, dividend 6.9%. It's a boring company, but besides, you know, the whole Corona dump, it's been pretty stable. And basically, if you just buy it on any dips, you'd have an average price under 30 bucks. And pretty much in the last 10 years, you'd be securing 7% dividends. It's not a get-rich-quick company, but you know, as a healthy part of a dividend portfolio, I actually find AT&T kind of interesting. Now, with disruption kind of companies like Starlink coming into play, maybe it's time to close this as a dividend stock. But again, like that is something I know so little about with Starlink, so I would really have to do much more research. And I don't think it's something that would probably happen where AT&T disappears next year, right? So it would probably be a pretty slow and unfun to watch position in your dividend portfolio. Thanks, Satoshi, for addressing that. I was too busy fantasizing about Starlink. You recently commented on my comment on Warrior Trading. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's really nice of you. Well, I guess I'll take care of it this time, Satoshi. I think it's probably a bot. I have a little bit of RKT actually. I have like 800 bucks of RKT, tiny position. We talked about it in one of the last videos. I got a quick pullback on it around 18, and then I want to sell here on some sort of bounce, or I'm going to average down closer to the 1750s. That would also be an option, but I probably wouldn't be holding it too long. We'll see what happens. What are some other dividend stocks I have? To be honest, they're on my Webull account, so I would have to actually check Webull. TOS is still totally frozen for me, guys. Steven, TOS is spam. Sometimes I have people asking if my Skillshare course is a scam. I'm like, What do you want me to say to that? Like, there's like 15 videos that talk about my trading strategy, and the whole time I'm just saying, you know, it's totally up to you to trade. And you can watch the whole series for free. How do you answer that question? It's like, it's always funny when I get it. Am I thinking about changing brokers with TOS? You know what? Honestly, I'm thinking about increasing my brokers to maybe Fidelity. I already have a bunch of brokers. I mean, from the basic web platforms like Webull and Robinhood, you know, everything from E-Trade, the more advanced ones, TD Ameritrade. I have an account at CMEG Group. It's not really about switching, but I think having a backup broker would be nice for day trading. And I don't think I actively have a day trading backup. So that would probably be maybe Fidelity. I've never tried it, but you know, Michael and some other people here say it's pretty good. So I think Fidelity Active Trader Pro would probably be something to look into. Yeah, that's true, David. Actually, Algoi music. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize if I butchered it, but I would show you. But the $25,000 challenge is where we're growing the account from $4,000 to $25,000 to, in theory, get over the pattern day trader rule, and then move the account from a cash account to the margin account. We were actively day trading it, but I actually switched it to a swing account. Now we're about almost at $8,000. So we've doubled the account, but I'm not actively day trading it anymore. So it's growing a little bit slower now. I should probably rename the streams now that I think about it, because it's not really part of the stream as it used to be. So good question. I'll have to think about that, how I want to approach that. Corey's still here. Thanks, Rory. How much is Fidelity after Pro? Solar is subjected to. So it looks like you only have the regulatory fees on Active Trader Pro. Sorry to hear, Shrikant. Yeah, so there's probably a good chance I'm gonna open an account on Fidelity as well. Before we open an account on Fidelity, let's quickly check here some other tickers. So going through my dividend portfolio a little bit, I got Coca-Cola. Actually, I totally forgot about. Well, I haven't touched this portfolio in quite some time, to be honest. I'm also switching out a few things lately. Some of these positions are really small. Coca-Cola has a 3.3 dividend. Again, nothing really too crazy, but I feel like it's one of those companies where if there's ever a big dip, I accumulated some Coca-Cola back in March and April. I feel like it's just generally not a bad idea. So I got KO 3.3 dividend. We could make a whole video on dividends for sure. I actually would like to talk about that a little bit more. It's just a little bit of an off topic for this channel at the moment. There was actually a bigger dip on Levi, and I bought some Levi Strauss. How much are you paying a month in broker fees? I'm paying pretty much zero a month in broker fees because I don't have any broker fees. Roy, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mark, I feel bad for TD Ameritrade, TD's customer support as well. I actually like reading the news on TOS. I feel like Finviz sometimes misses the news, and TOS usually has it. Charles Schwab. So Fidelity and Charles Schwab, maybe I should just look into both of these. Regardless, it's good to have a secondary option. This free cents. Yeah, and the commissions are regulatory free fees, so that's not even brokerage related. So we got Levi Strauss. These guys have a 2.4 dividend, not really too much. I think it's the only apparel company that I own. I don't own any REITs actually, but I'm looking into several REITs at the moment. I think I want to increase my REIT exposure, but they had such a strong bounce after the Corona incident that I didn't feel like chasing them into the bounce. So I probably only buy REITs on a secondary dip. VIAC is another company that I own shares of. Where's the, here we go. Media entertainment. So they all operate some bigger things like CBS. I think the platforms that this company owns are quite reputable, but again, you know, not totally sure how I feel about this one's having a bit of a hard time, maybe in the future. I actually own a bit of GE, but the problem was GE, I accumulated these guys before most of the dump happened. Somewhere in the 11s, I bought a bunch of GE on this first kind of dump. So I'm holding a bunch of GE, but you know, they have a decent, not dividend, they had a decent, what was that? This is actually not necessarily something you want to see directors selling near lows. That's not very good. Yeah, so I probably have to think about GE. Is that a company I really want to keep owning? Yeah, so dividends video, definitely a good idea. I'll definitely look into my portfolio a little bit more. It's something I need to do anyway myself. As you can see, I'm a little bit disconnected from my dividend portfolio, but it's a beautiful thing that I like growing, and I typically just constantly just buy stuff on dips. And then just kind of throw it in there and don't really look at it too much. SPG, your favorite REIT. There's also some of those casino REITs that I find really, really interesting, like MGN, and I think MGP as well. So SPG, so we got MGM, growth properties. These guys have a pretty okay dividend, 6.7. Again, like the recent Corona dips were just really nice to buy dividend stocks. No, I don't trade options, and Bitcoin I think is a pretty good thing to invest in on the side as well. I've traded options in the past, but I don't actively pursue options. I mean, just look at these dips, you know, it's just so nice. And right now I feel like I don't really want to buy into MGP, but that's kind of how I felt in the 25 zone. So I should have probably just bought in the 25s. I mean, as dividends, every time there's a pullback, that's typically just when you want to buy, because they're not going to randomly double in price unless something like this happens. RIOT. Honestly, I would want to check out ROIT on TD Ameritrade, but it's not updating. So let's quickly check it out here on FinViz. I mean, at the moment, it's still in a pretty healthy uptrend. We had kind of like a little stair-stepper pattern going on. We had a nice breakout, a pullback, continuation, and big question here is we know big support around 3. So is this move going to continue past 4.5? So that's really the area I would be looking for. I wouldn't be looking for too much consolidation in this area. That would probably make me really nervous. Again, I'm not sure what why these guys are up, and I can't really answer the question if you should hold this or not. That's totally up to you. The way I would be trading this company is probably on bigger days like this gap up day. So I probably would have traded RIT, or I think I did trade ROIT on I forgot which day it was, but most likely on a day there was a gap up with big relative volume is when I would be day trading a company like this. I don't usually swing trade small caps. So yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they're riding a bigger trend. Any company with micro and macro news tends to perform very well for swing trades. So I think that alone could be quite a hype on it. The big question is now that Bitcoin broke 12 after a pretty solid run, is it going to have a bit of a pullback before it continues? Because it's been a pretty solid increase in price for quite some time. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a bit of a flush on this one at one point, but right now we had that flat top breakout at 12. So that's a very bullish indicator, and maybe this thing's going to have a bit of a exponential move here where it breaks past 13 and then just moves very quickly and then has a dip maybe back to 11, 12, 13,000. I could also see that happening. And if that happens, I think some of these small caps in the crypto sector like RIOT are gonna, really reap the benefits of that. Buffett says gold. Most people think gold 2.0, yeah. Jeff, for all pre-market, I use TD Ameritrade. Workhorse, I'd be a little bit nervous if it was, I don't know. It's been such a hot one the last few months that I'd be a little bit nervous that there's too many backholders for Workhorse to keep running, but I could be wrong. definitely worth doing some technicals on it. Yeah, so the question is, you know, maybe I'm going to open an account in Charles Schwab and Fidelity. Just try out the platforms a little bit, have some fun with it, and maybe fund each account a little bit. The problem is, you know, if we need a backup account for TOS because it's having issues, you know, we need to have this account funded over 25K. I don't feel like putting 50K across 2 brokerages. Unless, you know, I was doing large cap swing trading with those 2 accounts, then I would probably consider doing that. eBay, that's probably a really good idea. No, I don't know anything about EVFM. It sounds like something interesting to follow up on. Interesting, Jared. Yeah, I make most of my money from trading and investing. And then I have a software company with my brother, but we're not really taking on new projects at the moment as trading has become a bit more time consuming. So focusing mostly on the trading. Oh man, I would have loved watching LODE today, man. Absolutely, I would have loved it. I don't even know how we're gonna do the recap video. This is good. This is just probably the weirdest day in the last 8 months, maybe. I don't know. We haven't had any days since we started this in like December where we just couldn't trade. I mean, this is unreal. This has never happened. Yeah, Satoshi, that's a really good idea. So just opening accounts at the 2 different brokers and then just kind of you know, trying them out, checking out if they have different news, maybe seeing if one shows when halts are and things like that, especially with the Charles Schwab account. I think they have that, you said, when the halts are in the order book. So yeah, I think I'll probably do that today on both accounts. Yeah, Shrikant, I don't blame you. Yeah, I feel the same way, Corey. I also have several backup brokers, except I really think Fidelity and Charles Schwab I'd probably be a little bit more interested in because I don't really have backup brokers that would probably be able to day trade that effectively on, besides maybe Webull. But even Webull, I don't know. It's not my favorite trading platform. It's probably one of the best web-based platforms, hands down. Yeah, Shrikant, you're probably right. Maybe we'll review the brokers a bit more for the recap video. I just wish I would have actually used them first, though. So I could make like a part 1 pre-thoughts based on what they say on the website, and then part 2 after using them for a month. Yeah, Fidelity has the long-term stuff. Good to know, yeah. Yeah, I love to put my long-term stuff. I separate all my stuff, my swing trading, my investing, my dividend. They're all on different platforms. So like when I'm on that platform, I know I'm not going to do any sort of sporadic day trading on this account. My TD Ameritrade is the only one for day trading, and a little bit of swing trading in the $25,000 challenge account. Interactive broker, that's actually a valid point as well. Why not an interactive broker? Especially because I kind of recommend it for international people. I don't know. I don't have a why not, so I think I'll have to check that one out as well. Yeah, Corey. All right. It's otherwise it's like it's so easy to turn an investment into a day trade or a day trade into an investment. It's just like as a trader, I feel like as much as you could do to like psychologically pull those things apart or like, out of sight, out of mind, I think the better. Otherwise, over trading and touching positions you shouldn't be touching is just, it's too easy to do. Merrill Lynch has a great review, but is that really good for day traders? Actually, I don't think I know any day traders using Merrill. I have no idea. I couldn't answer that. If you're a U.S. Citizen, TD Ameritrade is free. Interactive brokers, is that IBKR? I'm actually not sure about the fees for U.S. residents. The Ameritrade website does work. R. Charles, take care. Yeah. Yeah, but for proper day trading, I mean, like my trades, I'm holding for like, I mean, you guys see it. Sometimes it's just 30 seconds, and there's a lot of variables like the order book and whatnot. So I feel like I don't really want to be trading on the website. I've done it before. It's not that I haven't done it. I just know that I don't enjoy doing it. So I'd rather just not trade anymore today at this point. So today it looks like I'm gonna walk away with a little $44 profit here if this continues. It's already 10:27. This is crazy. I guess at this point we could restart TOS and see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Abolisher, you're getting a little bit off topic, but my advice would be not to buy or anything. You don't want a woman that likes you because of the stuff you buy her. Vlad says don't, it'll be stuck on installing updates. I think yeah, we'll see what happens. I've installed the updates this morning, but yeah, maybe they released some other updates. Either way, TOS wasn't working, so whatever happens, it doesn't really matter if this just freezes. We'll see what happens though. SRNE is killing you. In a good way or a bad way? That doesn't sound very good, Satoshi. TA. Who knows? Maybe it is. Yeah, it looks like I'm stuck on installing updates as well now. Man, it looks like this is a serious case of the Mondays for the whole entire trading platform. I could only imagine how many people are furious. Especially if this happened right after you entered a trade. Ooh, I'm so happy that didn't happen to me today. That's happened to me once before. I entered a trade and I couldn't exit it anymore because of TOS's platform. I took a fat daddy loss, called TOS. They gave me some like discount on my loss, you could almost say. But yeah, that was pretty miserable. TOS is making you want to drink at 7:30 a.m. Honestly, Corey, if I was over there, I think cracking 2 beers would definitely might be a good ideas. TA says this is terrible. Yeah, like when Robinhood crashed, that was a pretty bad day. Yeah, Abe, thanks for the heads up. I'm luckily not in a position, but yeah, if anyone's in a position, TD Ameritrade, the website works and the app works, just not ThinkorSwim. Beer garden time. Oh man, there's literally a beer garden right across the street from me. It's so dangerous. It's like living across the street from a beer garden is well, just think about every time I wrap up a recap video, you probably know what I'm doing afterwards, let's just say. That would be trouble. It is trouble. But just like 1 or 2 beers is fine. A beer garden is basically just like an outdoor area with beer benches, more or less. Yeah. Do you have to? No, you don't have to wear a mask for the beer garden. Yeah, Tesla. Honestly, when I saw the Tesla chart, I almost pooped my pants. I was like, what? Oops, I actually typed in the small cap that we were trading. This is a ticker that I constantly miss my entry on. I'm constantly a little bit too conservative where I'm like, you know what? It's going to pull back a little bit more, and it just never does. The one time down here when it hit $400 in the middle of the Corona kind of start of the big pandemic for the West, it hit like 390 even for like for a day or two. Just like depressing to look at that. Thanks for the update, Vision Master. It is very pleasant, the beer garden. It's pretty much like one of the best inventions right after Tesla. Let's see here. Is a beer garden where they grow beer? That's actually funny. Imagine. Pull out the weeds out of the beer garden. Or else it would be a wheat garden. Ben, that's a really good answer. It's like a kindergarten just with beer instead of kids. Wow. That sounds pretty good. Miyaka, that's a really funny comment. One guy said they must have hired Robinhood engineers. Oh, it's so bad. So this is my current error message. It says ThinkorSwim cannot connect to the internet. And we all know that the internet is working, or otherwise wow, I look so different with glasses on. I'm just gonna keep them on for now. I forgot I had glasses on. Is this usually what happens? You just forget you have glasses on at one point? Yeah, so pretty much just issues across the board. I love a wheat guard. They probably cut the cord. Too many trades. They said, I'm done with this. I wouldn't be surprised if TD Ameritrade started charging for their platform. I just hope it's not over $100. Ideally under like 50. Corey, okay. Is LODE still a buy? I have no idea. I just zero idea on what LODE is doing. It's at 174. This is delayed 15 minutes, so this is probably the worst way to look up a stock. TradingView is also delayed unless you pay for it. I don't pay for the. Hold on, I'm just gonna go on the website here on TD Ameritrade. Where's the? TD Ameritrade used to have Trade Architect. It was really nice. I don't know why they discontinued it. Probably had issues as well. I just never experienced them. Charts. All right, so we are on TD Ameritrade now. Let's go to LODE. Corey says TOS is up for you. Investing.com. Yeah, I'm also thinking about buying the Tesla split afterwards. And I don't think I'm the only one. Honestly, I never thought the day would come where I would be using, Polisher just said it as well, yeah, where I would be using TD Ameritrade's website for trading. I'm not even a trade, so I guess you can't even say like I'm going to use it, but my God. Zoom on, wait, hold on. Drag the left bar on the right to any chart. What? Hold on guys, let me figure this out. Where's the zoom button? What does this do? Zoom on, zoom off, zoom on. Why doesn't it zoom in? Guys, I think I don't know what I'm doing. Why is everything acting crazy? Houston, it looks like we got a problem, so TD Ameritrade's not working, so we're just playing around with some other alternative options like trading on TD Ameritrade's website, which clearly is not really something that I know how to do it. I can't figure out how to zoom in. It can't be that hard. Oh, you guys are saying it's working? Oh my Lord, baby Jesus. Let's prop this puppy back up, huh? No trade Monday. Although I've already made 5 trades pre-market, so we are up a little bit. But then like 10 minutes before the market opened, that's when we started experiencing all the problems. I have it set to 10 day. I kind of like the 10 day though. I just want to zoom into the 10 day. All right, fair enough. I'll go to the 1 day, 1 minute. It still doesn't let me like. Oh man, well, Webull is much better than this. I mean, this is a catastrophe here. Okay, well, so 9:30. Is this 9:30 here? Yeah, roughly. Oh God. I'm getting high blood pressure right now. We're up not a lot. We're up like $40 today. So if you click on trade platforms, let's see what's going on here. Trade. And then what? Trade platform. You kind of left me hanging there. They have a TOS web version. Do they? Do I have WebView? I'm not sure. What do you? Is that like a browser? What's WebView? I don't know. What I think after the Tesla split price, there's actually some former split stocks might be worth looking at. I'm probably not the best person to ask because I haven't done my research yet with former splits on the large caps, but I hear that there is oftentimes a dip around the split date. But honestly, buying Tesla or Apple anytime there's a dip has been historically a really good idea. My ThinkorSwim is stuck on installing updates here. So I don't know if you guys see that right here, installing updates. Oh, sorry, Webull. Yeah, I do use Webull. They have a pretty nice, I think they have hands down the nicest web platform. It's pretty good. And I've done day trading on it as well in the beginning of the $25,000 challenge when we were using different brokers to move cash around so we could avoid the pattern day trader rule. I liked it. I thought it was okay. I mean, TOS was much better, much more information, more responsive, quick platform. But I think Webull is manageable for day trading. Trade ThinkorSwim web. Let me check this out again. What am I doing here? Wrong. Trade ThinkorSwim. I don't see the web option. Let me go back here. Oh, look, there's a launch button. Oh, guys, things are about to get a little crazy here. Trade.thinkorswim.com. Whoa. Here we go. My life is about to change forever. Hold on, guys. TOS is texting me right now, or should I say trying to sext me. Hopefully they send me pictures. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Come on, TD. We might be able to trade after all. This is getting a little ridiculous here. Wow, what is this? Yeah, where's my web version layout? That's a good question. So you guys are saying that TOS is back online. Let's go ahead and try this one. So guys, TOS does have a, it looks more like the app than ThinkorSwim though, I gotta say. We got live trading paper money here. Here you can see we made 44 bucks today. This was pre-market, a little bit of pre-market trading I did right before everything crashed. Cool, so I'm gonna definitely talk about this in the recap video today though. Thanks for pointing that out in the chat room. Pretty sweet here. How would I actually go about trading on this app? I'm not really sure. Let's see, let's just go to, oh, here's a symbol. Okay, let's type in a symbol. It's very delayed, it's a little slow. So let's go to LODE, as that was the ticker we were looking at. Let's close some of these other things. Who's calling out tops? Oh my god, that was the ticker I was halted in pre-market due to an offering. It was disaster. Okay guys, TOS is back up. I was able to access TOS again. Let me go to the proper account here. LODE, pulling up. This has been probably the most ridiculous trading day of my life. Oh, Corey, don't rub it in. Don't even say it. Let's just all tell ourselves that LODE was a horrible stock, and we're so happy that TOS didn't work this morning, so we couldn't trade it. So let's see how would it work over here. Let's see. So here's my trading screen on ThinkorSwim. So this is pretty much exactly how the app looks. So I wouldn't say this is really ThinkorSwim. This is more of like the ThinkorSwim app, not so much the the software that you download for your desktop. One day. Oh, these time frames are giving me freaking goosebumps. This is so stressful. 2 weeks. Let's go to a week. Come on, give me a minute, 1 hour. Oh my lord, who's gonna day trade off an hour? Okay, let's go to day. Fine. So it really limits how much you can see. Again, that's something that really stresses me out. Okay, so here we go. LODE. Let's scroll over here a little bit again. My god, this is kind of painful to use, I'm not gonna lie. Woo, yeah, good, Corey. That feels much better. Broke boys. Whoa, there we go, man. Congrats. Not good for desktop, partial delayed data. Yeah, I don't know. This is a little bit stressful to use, in my honest opinion. I don't know. Let's go back and go to LODE here. Really nice breakout. My God, oh my. All right, Corey, I get it. I'm having FOMO too now. So LODE was pretty much picture perfect. We had a nice breakout here. First pullback, continuation. This area would have been choppy to trade, but we had a perfect bounce off of 1.4 support. And then we had breakouts and pullbacks all the way up here until there was a flush. My God, LODE, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We definitely missed a bit of a beauty here, this pre-market, but you know, who knows? Maybe we would have done something silly and lost money on it. So it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a little bit unfortunate, nonetheless. Yeah, why do we have the clean pattern today? Yeah, that's true, Renee. I'm a little bit over having FOMO. It's just not worth it. But yeah, I was looking forward to some good trading today. But at least it happened when my eye was really hurting. So hopefully tomorrow my eye will feel better and I'll feel a little bit more like the need to get aggressive. Your screens are blurry. Check out below the YouTube video. You can change the definition of the YouTube video or the quality. Sometimes if the internet is a little bit slow, it will change your view quality to like 420 or something like that. But just make sure it says HD. Yeah, so now now it looks like my scanner and my TD Ameritrade is frozen yet again, so is what it is. And for some reason, ThinkorSwim online does not move over. Am I generally using this wrong, or how can it be so obnoxious to use this app? I don't know. Yeah, hopefully TOS is better tomorrow. I really hope it's gonna be better tomorrow as well. Are my settings on real-time display? I have no idea. Yeah, so if I could just not use the web version, I'd also be pretty happy. Oh God, what just happened? My Lord. Let's go ahead and delete this. Jesus. All right, no more touching the web for me before I enter a trade that I don't want. Oh man, Daniel, that sounds really stressful. Maybe go on the online website, just cancel it. At least we didn't lose money. Yep, that's true. That's not what I want to hear, Daniel. Nice, Mohammed. Hopefully you have a little bit better broker over there in Saudi Arabia. Do I have thoughts on CVAC? No, I do not. I would love to look it up for you, but I can't. Oh my Lode. Yeah, Steven, I totally feel you, man. CureVac, yeah, the German biotech company. This has been in the news quite a lot lately. I have no real thoughts on it. I also usually don't trade IPOs, and I definitely don't trade biotech IPOs. Uh, it could be great, could keep on going. I mean, it's the big coronavirus news, but it's really, really hard to properly price, right? There's no historical data. But if I was trading CVAC, I'd be looking at the order book, I'd be looking at the level 2, the intraday activity, and that's really what my eyes would be glued to. I like the fact that it's moving quite quickly. So actually for day trading, it could be quite interesting, but it's not something I would just blindly buy and hold. Maybe that's the right way to approach it, but I don't know enough information about CVAC, and I would have a hard time managing my risk. At the end of the day, I'm always thinking about how am I managing my risk on this trade, and if that's just a giant question mark, besides placing a stop on CVAC, then I typically just leave it alone. But yeah, on a bigger dip, I mean, this is probably a pretty interesting trade. I was just about to say 55, a big dip to 55, and actually look, we had a close here at 55. So if there was like a pre-market dip to 55, or yeah, 55, that would probably be a really interesting trade, or maybe into the low 60s. That's probably how I would trade CVAC on like a really quick overview technical analysis. Yeah. Yeah, Satoshi, that's a valid point. Yeah, I mean that's great fundamentals for CVAC, so probably something to consider. Maybe we could talk about it in the recap video a little bit, but I'm a little bit not even unsure what we'll talk about in the recap video. Yeah, Steven, I feel the same way. It has a big room to drop or pop. Like, you just don't know. But this one's different. All right, Lee, take care, man. Man, I would have loved to trade LODE today, but hey, it doesn't really matter. I'll just pretend I called in a sick day or something like that. Actually, now that this is working, let's actually pull up CVAC. I don't know, Ashir Khan. I'd be a little bit weary towards that. I don't know the exact statistics about it, but oftentimes companies don't come out with too much news on Friday because they know people are going to forget about it over the weekend. And then Monday, you got new stuff, you got new news, you got new world problems, you got new tickers with new catalysts. So people are, you know, now they're focused on the new stuff. They're not really necessarily wanting to think about last week. So I would probably be a bit more skeptical towards stocks that are up. I mean, if they're up after market, that probably means they came out with a press release on Friday. And I think that's kind of like LMPX or LODE. I think one of those had a Friday press release. So I think, yeah, in that case, yes. But if it's just a gapper on Friday, not after hours, more of a pre-market Friday gapper, I'd be a little bit worried. Yeah, it's true, Harley. You hear that, Abolisher? You gotta add constructive stuff. Yeah, RKT. Yeah, it's tough, man. IPOs, man, they're just a little bit of a wild direction. No calls for me at the moment. This chat room's good fun, huh? I think that's the best part on a day like today. At least we can always trust the chat room for making things a little bit more lively. Here, ooh, look, CVAC just updated. This is kind of interesting. So you can see this one had a huge pre-market up to 95. That's ambitious. And then now it's kind of pulling off here. So this kind of goes, Shrikant, to what you're saying. You know, strong close Friday and then really open strong on Monday. Yeah, maybe there's a trend, but you know, this could also just be because this one IPO'd and it's currently very hot. But I don't know. It's not a strategy that I trade, so I can't really comment on it. But if you start following the pattern and it works, I'd be interested to hear how it works for you, man. We'll see. Yeah, Shrikant, no problem. Sorry, I couldn't really give a better answer, but it's my 2 cents. That's actually a valid point, Bren. I didn't even think about that. That's cool, man. Happy you guys are all here. Makes me really, really happy. Hopefully we're able to add some value today. I think a big part is, you know, look at different brokers. I think that's always a good thing. Always have a plan B. Just like your credit card or your bank account or your whatever, you know, you always have like a secondary. Maybe not like a girlfriend or something like that, but definitely when it comes to financials, ignorance is not bliss, and it's always good to have a backup plan. You know, you've ever been at the store and one credit card didn't work for one reason or another, and you have another one, right? It's just with a broker. If one's not working, then you got your backup broker. It's a good day to look at some other stuff. We'll be wrapping up here pretty soon, guys. Don't forget to drop a like if you haven't done so already. If you're totally new, usually we're trading the whole day, or at least in the morning. So don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be coming out with a recap video in a little bit today. Probably talking about some brokers, and then obviously maybe reviewing CVAC as well, because kind of an interesting ticker we got going on here. Probably worth looking into. I think it's the glasses, maybe. Thanks, James. And yeah, 3 trading platforms definitely is a good number. Webull, TradeStation, and TD from James. I got Webull, TD as well. I don't have TradeStation. Yeah, I mean, if you tuned into this stream at any random point, it probably would have been pretty weird. Like, why is this guy talking about stocks on FinViz? Probably made no sense. So I think there's probably a lot of new people that just have no idea what's going on here. Kind of funny. IB is one of the best for me. Yeah, good to know. Loading index file? I'm not sure about that, James. RKT, what's happening there? Let me go to my $25,000 challenge account because we own a very small position of RKT. So I think what we know about RKT is, I mean, it was an IPO that got a lot of kind of publicity, I would probably say, in the chat rooms, and I feel like on YouTube. But you know, this IPO at 17.5, this was undersubscribed, so there wasn't enough buyers on this IPO. They originally, I think, wanted to IPO at like $22 or something like that, with like 200 million shares. They actually ended up IPOing at 17.5 with 150 million shares. I could be wrong about the numbers, but the point is they lowered the price of the IPO and they lowered the amount of shares. So there was already a lack of interest. I felt this giant squeeze here was a little bit unnecessary for a mortgage, like a loan company that we all know the numbers on. I wasn't super crazy hot about it, and that's what I was talking about in my video, that I would probably wait for a bigger pullback. That's actually why I entered here. Unfortunately, I only entered with partial size. Otherwise, I would have sold on the EMA retest. So now I might do a double bounce here, and then kind of maybe sell into a retest again. But I don't know, RKT, don't really see a reason to be rushing around with this one at the moment. Eugene the silent killer. Did he just pop out? All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. I think I'm going to look at a little bit more into CVAC. I think this one's going to be kind of interesting to talk about. Other than that, you know, not too much to review today. Probably a little bit of the pre-market trades we made. Obviously, with which one did we trade? The unlimited account with MBOT. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up there. No reason to kind of FOMO around here. It could have been maybe a good afternoon trading day. So to everyone doing late morning trading and afternoon trading, you know, maybe we're going to see some bigger spikes. I'm just going to kind of let today slide by with my trading a little bit. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not feeling 100% with my eye. Things are a little blurry anyway. So I'm not going to push it to the limit on a day where I should probably not even be trading anyway. So always know what your guys' limits are, and if the universe doesn't want you to trade today, it's also fine. No need to FOMO into anything. All right, guys, let's wrap it up there, and I will see you guys in the recap video, and I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning for hopefully a less flawed trading day, and maybe I won't have my glasses on anymore either. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really appreciate it. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe, make some awesome trades, and look into those dividend stocks. That's definitely future conversation there as well. Peace.